You all sound like morning versions of yourselves.
So do you.
Yeah,
Morning
figured.
Stu.
I figured that was the case. Seeing as I woke up 10 minutes ago.
I've been up for at least an hour.
That's disgusting.
Well, because I needed to make sure I sounded at least somewhat awake. Because I woke up 10 minutes ago, I'm pretty sure I'd still be slapping myself to try to wake up.
Well, you still sound like you're half asleep, so I don't think it helped.
Sound half asleep. Well, welcome to another episode of the Dos 5incos podcast. This is episode number 47. This week we will be covering our movie of the week, Hot Fuzz, as well as we've been doing for the last, 3 weeks. Street Sharks Season 3, Episode 11. There are, I believe, 16 episodes left, but before we start diving into any of that, I'm your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
I'm Ben.
If you probably noticed, this episode sounds a little bit different because we are recording it in the morning. So thank you, Ben, and thank you, Stu, for waking up so early.
Low energy.
The
Low energy episode.
Yeah, maybe this will be the first time we get through an episode really quickly because there'll be less shenanigans.
Quick. All right, moving on. 30 minutes and we're done.
Yeah.
I want to go back to sleep.
Actually, the funny thing is, I think the hardest person that had the
hardest person.
Oh, this is gonna be the worst.
Episode brought to you by Cialis.
The person who's probably gonna have the hardest time is probably Ben, since he's always drinking. So he had to wake up an extra 2 hours to start his morning buzz.
I didn't start drinking yet, so this
Ben,
is really
go
really
get
tough.
go to your fridge, go to your brand new fridge in your brand new house, and start drinking. We'll wait.
Okay. Who
I
wants a
only had
screwdriver?
milk.
Yeah, milk and vodka's a thing, right?
Yeah, you're halfway to a White Russian.
Oh, okay. Then this is just a half white or
Wait,
dose
what's
and
the
a
other
half. Dose and a half. Russian.
What is it called when you only have the condiments and you don't have the actual thing that you actually want to eat?
Speaking
Okay,
of, what?
I got CTC, milk, and vodka.
That sounds like a good time.
Oh man.
It also sounds like we should craft our own signature cocktail.
What? Milk, all the things that we don't like. Milk, for me it's like milk, Dramamine.
You don't wait.
No, because I'm
Dramamine?
motion sick and I'm
Oh.
lactose intolerant. That's my cocktail.
Just wait. So Dramamine helps you with your sickness, but then milk makes you
Yeah, balances it out. That's right. This cocktail. You know what they're always saying, right? The perfect cocktail is all about balance. Yeah, this cocktail is.
No.
Oh, it probably have to have like lactate. Not lactate. The lactate pill. Lactate pill, Dramamine, milk.
Some Tums.
I'm enjoying this boat ride a little. I'm not enjoying this boat ride enough. I think if I were shitting my ass and not motion sick, I think I'd be enjoying it a lot better.
This sounds like fight milk almost.
Fight milk.
Right. So Ben's cocktail would be a mix of what? Chocolate.
No, this is a Cinco. This is a group cocktail. So we throw them all in the same drink. So far it's milk and Dramamine.
And then for to make it very Ben-like, we'd have to add chocolate and nuts.
Shrimp shells.
Shrimp
Ooh,
shells.
Why
shrimp shells?
I really hope that Babish picks this up. He goes, you know what? This is the official drink of the Dos 5incos
Bring you
podcast.
the Cinco's cocktail.
And let's see if we can make this a little more palatable. We can't.
Chocolate,
End of the
Popeye's
episode.
chicken. We're gonna blend a Popeye's chicken sandwich into this.
I've been defeated, guys.
Yeah, this shit sucks.
All right, what would represent Stu? So we both got 2 items each, but Stu only gets half an item or one item.
So I get one item then.
Mm-hmm.
So we got milk, Dramamine, chocolate, shrimp shells, and then I don't know.
Daenerys Targaryen. Those are your 5 items.
Sweat from Daenerys Targaryen.
I don't know. Stu, what is something?
Her
KCP
sweat.
jersey.
Oh yeah, there you go.
KCP's
Sweatband.
sweatband after a game
Oh,
uh, wrung out into the.
this
There
is
we go.
literally the worst cocktail. And it's also very specific. Like, it's not like,
It's
yeah,
special to
Parks
all of
vodka.
us.
Oh man, just God, that sounds gross. It sounds very chunky.
Yeah, I mean, Dramamine.
I don't know.
That's-
All right. Enough of that nonsense. All right. Start thinking. Comment. All the listeners, start thinking of what you think the Dos Naf Cinco's podcast cocktail should include. We'll leave it up to you guys to drop it in the comments. Let
And
us
then
know
the
what you think.
50th episode, David's
Yep.
gonna drink it.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, definitely not making that promise, especially if it's
Oh, I just
No,
made
we're
that
making
for you.
that promise. We're
Nah,
making that
I'm
promise
not-
for you.
Okay. All right. Outside of the movie of the week, Hot Fuzz this week. Ben, what have you seen? Any new movies?
I actually have seen a brand new movie. I got to see the movie Palm Springs this past week. I think it just came
Not a
out this past
movie.
week.
That's a place.
It's a movie based off the
Yeah.
place, dude.
Yeah, I watched a brand new movie. It's called Fullerton. Oh wait, I live here.
What's it about? White people going to watch tennis matches.
It's
expensive
it's actually a
resort.
Lonely Island movie. So
Oh,
it was
okay.
What?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I have to say, like, I was expecting just some Lonely Island comedy, but it was definitely a lot more than that. And I was just way in over my head when I watched it because I thought I was gonna watch something that was a little light, a little good playful fun, but it was definitely something a little bit more. I highly recommend it. It's definitely one of my favorite movies this year because, well, there's no other movies. So, aside from that, though, I do mean it that it is a really, really, really good movie.
Are they trying to like make the jump from comedy to serious stuff now or something?
It's still a comedy. It's still like a rom-com in a sense, but there's some other stuff going on with it that kind of sets it apart. I believe it set a record on Hulu this past weekend for the highest streamed movie on the service, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's really good. Highly recommend it. Starring Andy Samberg and that girl from How I Met Your Mother. Really good. Really good. Christine.
David knows.
Colby.
No. Other
Then-
girl. The mother.
Then nobody cares.
Cancer
Allison. Wait, Allison Hannigan.
mother. No. The mom. The actual mom of How I Met Your Mother.
Dude, she was only in like 2 seasons.
And there she was. That's right. But aside from that, I also did get to watch Undercover Brother again. Woo! And
Wait. So when you say again, you're telling me that Undercover Brother was not included in the quote unquote bad men of like your childhood?
It was on late at night, and I think it was on either Comedy Central or TBS, one of the two. I gotta see it. I got a sneak peek. All right.
This was after his parents gave up on him.
So after I came out,
He's
of the
gonna
womb-
go to the dark side. Might as well work on another one. That's why.
That's the
it's
dark
just-
side. Get it? Because it's Undercover Brother.
Wow.
Wait, what made that seems like such a non-Ben like? Well, maybe not non-Ben like, but it seems like such a swing in the opposite direction of stuff you normally watch outside of
Anime.
it's because it's such like
Yeah.
it's such like a goofy movie.
What? Yeah.
What do you
We're
mean,
actually
dude?
gonna watch Goofy Movie 2 next.
Well, once we get to
Actually,
the
a goofy movie is actually really good. I like
once we
that
get to the animation segment of now that's what I call Cinco's. I'll
Someone's
definitely be
doing a
watching that.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
the most difficult time trying to figure out which movie to pick.
Yeah, because it's like,
They're
oh, which
all
ones? There's
so
so
good.
many. Yeah.
Angry
know,
Birds
they're so
1 or
good.
Angry Birds 2?
Actually, I found a copy that actually blends the two of them together, so it's actually
The extended
a 4-hour
director's
movie.
cut.
Angry Birds Unabridged?
I like it.
Oh, I actually did watch a whole TV show that David, I think you might like. It's a show called Close Enough. It recently came out also I think 2 weeks ago on HBO Max. And this is a cartoon from the creators of Regular Show.
The show, yeah, it looks like the drawing style of Regular Show.
No, it pretty much is Regular
It's
Show.
Regular Show.
but they replace all the cartoon, all the animals and all the goofy characters.
people.
So yeah, it takes place in LA, and instead of being about like dropouts in like their 20s, it's about dropouts in their 30s. So
So they all morphed into adults.
yeah, and they're
Nice.
definitely it's very I would say relatable. So
Please
if
tell
you
me
like
there's a character named Mordecai in this show.
there's actually a few references to Regular Show in the show, including
Hey.
Mordecai. So
Oh, okay.
it's
Yeah.
pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it. I think I blasted through it in like 2 days or something because of how much I liked it. It was really, really good.
Hey, apparently one of the actresses from Orange is the New Black, Kimiko Glenn, is actually on the show.
Oh yeah. She's in it, and oh my god, I think I watched this episode actually 3 times already. But the last episode was a Jim Carrey episode, so that was pretty fucking
I
good.
gotta, but I don't have HBO Max.
Oh no. Well, you do have.
I guess
the
I'll have to
other
figure
thing.
out some other way to watch this. But all right,
Yeah.
what about you, Stu? What have you been watching?
I actually watched a movie on Amazon Prime called The Vast of Night, which I
Ooh,
think recently came out.
yeah. How was that?
That one is really good, and it really got me in the mood for like trying to find like similar movies, which I couldn't find. But it's essentially like, well, it's almost like a Twilight Zone episode, but in movie form.
Yeah, I heard that was it the guy who directed it. It was like his first movie ever, and he has never worked on a movie or anywhere before.
Really,
Like this was like his first time out.
I never would have been able to tell because it was done really well. I really
Yeah.
liked how it was very kind of, it's pretty simple, and maybe that was the guy's objective was keep it simple. But as far as like the any direction must have gone, but it was really good. I really enjoyed the acting, and it was really interesting, and kind of like kind of grabs onto you and like makes you really like kind of want to keep following it, what's going on. But then after I watched it, I was on like a desperate search to find like more movies like that, and unfortunately, I couldn't really find any. But yeah, so other than like the Twilight Zone movie, which is I've already seen that like countless times, and then I was like, maybe I should start just watching the Twilight Zone. But then I was like, oh my god, there's so many episodes, I'm never gonna finish it. But yeah, I would check it out on Amazon. Very good, very enjoyable if you like that kind of stuff.
What was that recommendation once again, Stu?
Enjoyable?
No, the name of the
the name of the movie.
yeah, enjoyable. Check it on Amazon.
Had a good time.
I liked it. It's called The Vast of Night.
Yeah. The Vast of Night.
Yeah.
Speaking of brand new movies and recommendations, have either of you caught up on The Old Guard? Have you guys watched that one yet?
I have not watched it yet. I wanted to check it out, but that's the Charlize Theron movie, right?
Correct. I just keep hearing a lot of people talking about it. I guess this quarantine thing is really getting to people, and literally, it's like everything that Netflix is releasing. Like, I feel like maybe Netflix is the reason why we have the coronavirus, because they were like, we have all this brand new content, we gotta force people to like it. So, but yeah, like literally every new Netflix movie becomes almost like this big blockbuster where everybody's watching it, and I'm like, I don't think I've gotten a chance to get around to it. So everybody keeps asking. They're like, Dave, you guys have a movie podcast? Have you guys watch Old Guard? And I was like, when did that come out? He was like, last week. And I was like, does that mean I'm obligated to watch this thing?
I don't want to be left out.
Yeah. But also, I was burned before when you guys said watch Tiger King. Okay?
I never said that.
I never said
No, I'm not saying about
it.
the two of you guys, but I'm just saying in general. I got burned when people kept saying,
maybe don't follow the crowd, David. Why you gotta be a follower?
But the crowd is the people that are listening to the podcast.
Why don't you tell your coworkers, hey, yeah, that's all great and stuff, but hey, have you guys seen Angry Birds 2?
Oh, they've already seen it on my recommendation.
Well, then you can just keep talking
Jesus.
about it.
Remember that one scene where Bird got really angry? And then in the second one, he got angry again.
Oh, I
What?
forgot. I also watched another thing I think Ben will appreciate. I finally saw, and this is actually
Almost
what led
forgot.
me to watch Fast of Night. I finally watched Color Out of Space.
Oh my gosh. How was it? How was
Remember
it?
we were playing like. Where'd you see that?
I watched it on Amazon also. That's how, because I think after I watched it, Fast of Night popped up in the recommended. But yeah, it was it's almost similar to Mandy, but better.
Well, okay, I'm already on board because I was not that big of a fan of Mandy, but okay, keep going, keep going.
But yeah, it was really, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. I'm not sure. Like I remember when it came out, like was it like not getting such great reviews or something?
I'm
Actually,
not actually sure.
I think
But
we got maybe like 3 weeks of it, and then it like kind of just became really
yeah,
difficult to find.
yeah, I remember we were playing with the idea of going to the Alamo to watch it, but um, what what I really enjoyed about it was the whole kind of Lovecraftian thing. Because it's a H.P. Lovecraft story. Just like and then all of a sudden, like afterwards, I was like, I really wanted to play Arkham Horror, but no one was around. So, um,
Oh.
but yeah, that's what kind of led me down that path, and I was trying to find like more Lovecraftian style like story, like movies or whatever, and like the only ones they've made are like from the 80s like and stuff, so they're all kind of cheesy. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Nice. So you'd recommend it?
Yeah, check it out.
Okay. Uh, Now, if you're talking about like Lovecraftian things, are you going to check out that TV show coming out? What was it called? Lovecraft County? Is that?
I think so. Where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, there's racism, but actually it's tentacle monsters or something.
Racist tentacle monsters. They're all voting Trump. They're
that's
all.
that's Jordan Peele. That's isn't it?
Yeah, I think Jordan Peele's like producing the series. I think.
Mm.
I think he has some sort of higher up role where he's just overseeing the whole series. But
You're
yeah,
telling me
check it
they're telling us that the that village or wherever they're filming this is fans of our Twitch stream, and they were blasting us about Trump.
Oh,
out. Wait, what?
Were you not there, Ben?
For what?
I don't think Ben was there, but yeah, we
Oh
had
wow,
a
that's well. That would explain why, Stu, that you were asking for a mod and Ben
yeah,
was not there to help.
yeah, we had a racist troll invade the stream at the end of Resident Evil
But
3.
I think
Yeah,
that
spend
means
some.
what? That wasn't me. That's also not me.
Or was that Ben's Smurf account?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave's.
What? All right.
What? Wait, so
whatever.
there was like we got troll accounts now or something?
Yeah,
Or-
I don't know. That's got to mean that we've made it now, right?
Woo!
Yeah, we had a racist troll come watch our video, watch our Twitch stream.
And then Stu got to drop the band hammer.
Yep.
Woo!
He's like, you know what? Screw it. There's no mods. I'm gonna do them myself.
Yeah, I'm sitting there asking for mods for like 10 minutes, and then just
Let's see where he's going with this. Let's make this video much harder to edit.
I couldn't let him know that I didn't know how to ban someone.
So I just shut the stream off.
Joke's on you.
Yeah. So for those who are listening, I just wanted to let you guys know what we're talking about is our Twitch stream. We stream about 4 times a week now. Each one of us has an individual stream, so definitely come by, support each one of us, as well as our group stream every Thursday at 7 p.m. We typically play some type of multiplayer game, and come by, chat with us, hang out. We could talk movies, we can talk games. Just gonna be honest, if you ask me anything about how good I am at a game, you're gonna be able to see how bad I am. So, but Stu's pretty decent at everything. He just beat Mega Man X. Congratulations, sir.
I don't know how decent I was. It took me 90 minutes to
It's
do the
fine.
last boss.
Hey. Stu, shut up. Because it took me 4 hours to beat 2 missions in Command and Conquer, okay?
I guess when you put it like that,
You're welcome. All right, that is my job as the host, is to be the glue, to keep everything together.
to be bad at stuff to make us.
That's
look
right. So everybody else looks better. I'm the ultimate role player. And then Ben has been playing a combination of fighting and racing games.
And
Garfield Kart. No,
Lasagna
Garfield Kart.
racing. Okay.
No, it's Furious Racing, David.
The Furious Racing. Thanks.
Furious.
Yeah. So if there's any other suggestions, games that you'd like to see, Ben's specialty is fighting games. I think Stu's specialty is shooting stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah, platformers. I have no specialty. So, but yeah, definitely come hang out with us on Twitch. We'll leave a link in the description. You can definitely go check us out there. So we'll just go ahead and jump over to our Street Sharks episode for this week, which is number 11.
Half shark, half man, fighting evil, that's the plan. Street Sharks.
In this one, the Shark Boys. What?
Wait a minute. No, not 11. It's 12, isn't it?
No, it's 11.
Yeah, we didn't.
Uh-oh.
Did you review 12?
Wait, which one did I watch?
This is with Sordo. El Sordo.
Oh, yeah. Why is this... Wait, why is this one? Hang on. Oh, okay, sorry. The thumbnail, I was looking up on YouTube what the episode was, and the thumbnail was showing a clip from the previous episode, so I was like, wait a minute.
What? Yeah. You said.
Yeah,
you thought it was Satellite Shark again?
I watched that one, yeah.
That is not the one. I forgot the name of this one. It's called
The El Sordo episode.
Yeah, we'll just call it that. I don't think anybody's really listening. Everybody's
Satellite
fast forwarding
Sharks?
through this thing, anyways. Yeah. Rip and the boys find themselves in at a circus, and they have Ben's has a friend who is a sword master who fights a swordfish or a marlin. Wait, what's the difference between the two?
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. But apparently you can fence with a sword shark. Yeah, so swordfish, and Dr. Paradigm wants to steal him because he's such a magnificent creature. Of course, is able to do so. The street sharks intervene, but it's a little bit too late because now El Sordo, who is Ben's friend, is combined with his best friend, Stab. That's not
I forgot
it.
what the swordfish's name was.
Oh, dang it. Remember, I was like, it's not Slash.
Didn't it just have like a normal name, like Jerry or something?
No. It has something to do with being like Pokey? No, it's not it. Whatever his name is, but he gets combined with his beloved swordfish and becomes El Sordo in
Spike.
3 swords now.
Spike was his name.
Spike, there it is. And then they happen to defeat Dr. Paranoid
Big surprise.
Yeah. Woo! I don't know what his ultimate plan is, but we have gone so many episodes now, and we still have not been able for the Street Sharks to find their dad. Right? They're always so close, and then we keep doing all these other episodes where they just keep adding to the cast.
How much do you want to bet that we'll finish the series and they'll never even go back to that arc?
No, for the last 2 seconds, like, and then there'll be like this editorial note, and be like,
oh yeah,
season 4, there'll be a cliffhanger, like meeting their father in season 4, and we never get to season 4. So, thoughts on this episode, guys?
This shit was like reverse Little Mermaid. The guy looked like fucking Prince Eric, and then he turns into a fucking fish.
And then he's like cool about it.
Yeah, and for some reason he's cool, and for some reason his nose turned into an actual sword.
Yeah. It's pretty funny because like he didn't just turn into like another, I don't know what you call the street shark, what they're like classified as now, but like they're all, still rather strapping. They're rather handsome looking sharks. But this guy just turned into like a fucking disgusting mutant, and he's just cool with it. Maybe all he really wanted all along was to get with Spike. like to like and now he can. Now he is him. He's with him always because he's the disgusting. I don't even know what you call him. Mutant man, mutant fish.
Gene slammed. Can
I
we
don't
just
even know
start
if
calling
he's
them Gene
Gene
Slammers?
Slam, but well, I guess he was.
Yeah, but we're just supposed to accept it now. Just literally, if you can think of any marine animal, I'm still waiting for the Dr. Octopus. That's all I'm waiting for
Sea
Doc Ock.
cucumber.
now. All right, pick. We'll wrap this segment up really quick with pick the worst sea creature that for to be
For
Gene
Gene slamming?
slammed with. Yeah. Stu?
Box jellyfish.
Okay. Actually, that sounds pretty good though.
Well,
How about you,
are you
Ben?
talking about worse, like least effective, or like?
Yeah, the least effective.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of like it's like, all right, you get like let's say for example, you were one of the volunteers in a study and they're like, all right, you have the chance to be gene slammed with a sea animal, and then somebody goes, yeah, cool, and they're looking through the catalog and they're like, all right, cool, sharks in here, giant like orcas in here, and then they're like, oh no, but you have a chance, and they're like, how do you choose? And it's like, oh, it's going to be random. It's like if you were to get this choice, you'd be really really disappointed.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with my sea cucumber then.
Okay. How about you, Ben?
A shrimp.
Ben
I
would
think
just
I would
instantly
die.
I would have to think barnacle.
Are those actually like
They're alive.
animals?
Mm-hmm. Oh no! How about a coral?
Holy shit, barnacles are animals. I had no.
Yeah. What did
I
you
thought
think
they were
they were?
just
They were
like
just rocks.
no. I just thought they were like I don't know what you
The
call
shell of an animal.
it. No, but not like a animal, but
What?
like just like a buildup of
Oh, kind of like algae.
bacteria or something. Yeah, or something like that.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no. Barnacle is an actual animal that
Oh
doesn't.
Jesus,
Oh.
I'm getting trypophobia looking at these fucking images of barnacles. Ah, ah,
Look at all of the holes, Stu.
disgusting.
Deeply into the holes.
Jesus Christ, I'm just getting.
Yep, clearly I found the winner.
Oh God, I can't stop looking at it.
Yeah, all right, let's just go ahead and we would normally jump over to our box office rundown for this week, but as if anybody is following, the pandemic is now raging through the US, including especially California. And they have started closing down they have slowed down and rolled back the reopening. So that meant that all of the movie theaters that were supposed to open last week did not, and the week before also did not for like the 4th of July weekend. They lost all that. So there's pretty much no box office rundown. But as you heard from Ben and from Stu, there are still movies that are out there, brand new one, like, for example, Palm Springs, that you guys can see on Hulu, on Netflix, and on in Amazon Prime as well. So
Come on, California, get your shit together.
I know
Yeah.
it's literally all the people who aren't listening to the podcast. When I say be safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, like, dude, just do those things. Yeah, speaking of which, I was listening to, I believe it was Anderson Cooper on Tuesday, and they had this guest panel doctor who came on and said, honestly speaking, if everybody in the U.S. wore a mask, we could probably get coronavirus down to a manageable level in 4 weeks.
Yep.
But
Well, we don't
everybody
wanna do
has
it.
to wear a mask. Everybody has to when they're out, and no more like nobody like going visiting other people's houses and stuff like that. But there's just so many anti-maskers out there because they for a long time didn't have. I don't know what it is that makes people want to just completely just like disagree with everything that everybody's saying, even if it makes sense.
Like, yeah, I mean, I'm no fan of having to wear a mask. But I still do it. All right, just because the alternative is not worth it. So,
Yeah, so I thought that was incredible. Just that they said that they did this like statistical model. I want to see what the model looks like, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't understand it anyways.
What are all these numbers and
Yeah,
figures?
it's like, what does that mean? All right, just tell me what and then I revert to like what my boss pretty much tells me. It's like, just tell me what I want to know. I was like, what do you want to know? Are we making money? No, we're not.
Well, it's not so easy to say because
No, it is. It's really easy. We're not making money. But yeah, like literally the model they said, like, they said optimistic would be 4 weeks. They said probably closer to 8. If everybody in the U.S. wore a mask, we would get this down to a reasonable level. But I was like, but that also requires that even after the 4 to 8 weeks, they're like, yeah, we can open back up as soon as we can get these numbers down in terms of like the infection rate and et cetera, et cetera. They're not saying like, oh, after 8 weeks, everybody can take off the mask. It's like, no, that's not the point. But you would get this to a reasonable level where we can open back the country up again. But all this is making me feel is I don't want to live in LA as much anymore or California, because like people here just, I don't know what it is. They just feel like they have this obligation to rebel against anybody who's telling them anything, right? Every time I've gone to Walmart, gone to Target, there's always been somebody outside saying they want to recall Gavin Newsom. I'm like, I don't think that he's done anything like horribly bad. Like, it's not like, all right, we're just gonna kill all of the people who are under 6 feet tall. I'm like, okay, that would be, yeah.
I want to recall Gavin Newsom, but for other reasons.
Oh, is it because he doesn't let you guys have guns in the state?
Yes. Actually,
See,
I don't know if I can really blame it on him. It's any politician in California.
Well, yeah, whenever they throw the word gun safety, I understand about background checks. I understand about that, like, but everybody should have a right to carry something, right?
Yeah, I think this
Ben's allowed to carry shrimp. I'm allowed to carry shrimp chips as a lethal weapon,
a deterrent against Ben.
That's right.
And I'm allowed to carry my EpiPen, but I don't because it's my right.
I like to live
That's
dangerous.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please go ahead.
I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Politicians, something.
Yeah, see, because the politicians and the corporations. I don't remember.
Continue. Gun tobacco lobby.
And I don't know. I don't know. I lost it.
All right. Well, so yeah, that is the state that we're in currently. So, as long as we're in the state, we're definitely not going to be going back to movie theaters. It seems like for at least, I want to say probably September, because kids are starting to there's starting to be talks about kids going back to school in about 6 weeks. And I think that's going to just make things worse, because apparently Orange County says that you don't need to wear a mask. I don't know why that says
Way to
that.
go, Ben.
Yeah, way to go, David.
Oh wait,
what?
David's in Orange County too. Way to go, David.
Yeah, David.
Yeah, I did not vote for that. I sent, apparently the Ben, I think it was you that told me this, right? That the Health and Human Services secretary in Orange County resigned because she was getting too many death threats about having to require masks.
I can't remember the title or her title, but yeah, one of the health officials in Orange County, she were the spokesman pretty much for pushing out the mask mandate, quit just because of how many death threats she was getting. So that
is ridiculous. People, stop wearing your tinfoil hats and listen.
Man, Orange County doesn't fuck around.
Yeah, so
Orange County does fuck around, and that's why we're in this mess. This is fucking stupid. God, stop fucking up, Orange County. Jesus fucking Christ. Just wear a fucking mask and stop thinking that, going to fucking Chili's on a Wednesday night, not being able to do that is infringing on your rights or some shit. God damn it. Fuck.
Flipping his desk.
You just lost Ben. All right.
Ben's pulling a
guys.
What's that guy's name? Shit. I can't. Fuck. I wish I remembered his name. He got the conspiracy.
Oh, Dr. Disrespect.
No.
Yeah, Dr. Disrespect.
All right, sure. If it moves us along.
Oh, the guy on Twitch?
No, the guy who has all the crazy. He's a meme, and he has like
Infowars.
Turning the frogs gay or something like.
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. There you go.
He got banned?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A long time ago.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. But all right. But yeah, so that's the state of movie theaters and California in general, if you guys were curious. So we'll go ahead and we'll jump over to our movie of the week this week. This was part of our That's What I Call Cinco's Action. This pick brought to you by Ben. Hot Fuzz.
Yep.
Oh,
it's
go ahead.
Hot
Go ahead.
Fuzz.
Yeah, Ben.
Wait, what am I supposed to do?
Tell us a little bit about
What
it.
do I do with my hands?
Yeah. No. Synopsis.
Synopsis.
All right,
What
fine.
does that
Stu,
mean?
you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
I don't want to do it.
All right. Because if you make me do this, I'm just gonna read Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Okay, well,
I'm just
read it.
kidding. No. Nicholas Angel is a sergeant who's at the top of his class, and as his reward for getting his promotion after 4 years, is being transferred to a small town who has a very big dark secret. As he uncovers it, will he survive? This is Hot Fuzz.
I always enjoy David reading the synopses because it reminds me of, what was it, Rick and Morty, Two Brothers, you know? Just making
Wait,
it
what
up as you
about
go.
Two Brothers?
You know,
It's just two brothers.
Yeah, you know, it's like two brothers.
Two brothers fighting crime. Two brothers.
And then a tornado came. and
then it gets knocked into 12th gear.
I had a lot more prepared for this in my head, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to end it because I'm just going to keep rambling about it. So, Ben, this was your pick. How many times have you seen Hot Fuzz?
I want to say I would watch it maybe more than once a year. So,
Okay.
well, more than once a year ever since it came out. So, I would say quite a bit.
2007. So, at least once a year since
Yeah.
2007. That's 13 years, and you say at least twice a year. So, that's 26 times.
Yeah. I love this movie, man. I
Yeah.
don't think I can ever get tired of it. You know,
Okay.
it's like my go-to movie for everything. You know, it's
From
something I could put down in
the-
the background. It's something I could just, you know, sit there, pay attention to it, and it's also rewarding. It's everything. It's got it all, man.
It's my everything.
From the director of Scott Pilgrim versus the World
Yeah.
and Shaun of the Dead.
Yep.
That's
And The
dang it,
World's
that's
End.
how I wanted to open it.
I
And
thought
now you
Simon
remember-
Pegg directed. Did he not direct?
No,
Does he not
nope.
direct stuff? Oh.
No. Yeah, it was
So-
Edgar Wright who directed it. So same person that did Scott Pilgrim. Woo!
Yeah. So, Ben, what do you like for you? I gotta guess this has got to be a 10 out of 10, right?
Well, hell yeah. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind.
All right. Well, let's go over to Stu. Stu, how many times have you seen this?
Definitely not as many as Ben. Somewhere between 1 and the number of times Ben has seen it.
1 in 26. We have
I've
Quite
probably seen it probably about a
handful
maybe
of times.
half dozen to a dozen times.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely like it. I don't know if I like it as much as I know Ben really likes it, and I know Darren really likes it. I always liked it, but not to the degree that you guys like it. And that's not to say I don't enjoy it. But yeah, it's it's a fun, goofy romp. Kind of like in the same vein as like it's like a very similar style movie to like the Shaun of the Dead or what's the other one? I don't think I ever saw that one.
Into the World.
Yeah, that one.
The World's
The
End.
World's End.
The World's but yeah, I really like all the. One thing I really like about this movie, and I guess we're not really doing spoiler zones right now, so
Yeah.
is like the kind of like the I don't know what you call it, but it's almost like it uses a lot of like brevity where it's like, okay, we're gonna go do this thing, and then it just does like real quick shots of what they're gonna do just to get to like the next scene, so like they're not like wasting any time like farting around.
Yeah,
So,
there was like this really good, video essay series that is no longer around because of how well the guy did it. Like pretty much, you've seen every film or every frame of painting, right? Like
Only-
that YouTube series.
Only the one about Jackie Chan.
Yeah, they did one specifically for Edgar Wright and how he does scene transitions, and it kind of covers what you were talking about. How it doesn't really, when they do something to set up a shot, or to explain where they're going, Edgar Wright doesn't really waste too much time. He doesn't really he tries to utilize everything to make something interesting. Where like a good example of that would be when he was going from London to Sanford, right? It was like this whole montage of him like with like really quick 1 second cuts of him like waiting for a train with his stupid pot, his cell phone signal going down, and then him jumping in a cab. It's like it's something visually interesting without just like a stock footage cut of like London to like a small village or something. It's something that's funny, that's interesting, something that wants you to pay attention to it.
Yeah. I particularly like the ones when they go to the pub and it does like quick shots of them like filling up, getting beers, like
Or cranberry juice.
or cranberry juice, or like in the night that he actually decides to drink and they just start
Yeah.
pounding a bunch of beer. But yeah, it was that part. As you know, I like that part, especially in addition to all the comedic aspects of it. So yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. And then for me, I definitely enjoyed that portion because I feel like a lot of times, like to be able to demonstrate like traveling or to be able to get to a point, a lot of movies like have this they have this feeling that they're obligated to try to fill all of that time. And then that brevity that Stu and you were talking about, like pretty much just kind of like shows you like here, instead of like the movie literally like somebody grabbing you and going, it took a long time to get there. All right. It's still taking a long time to get there. You just kind of like, boom,
Let's have
snap,
the
snap,
characters
snap.
talk about their feelings for 5 minutes here. Like,
Yeah,
no,
to
don't
be able to do
want
the
that.
same. It's like, nope, we want to get to the point where it's like, help me set the scene. It's almost kind of like you reading like a script that says, well, it's Saturday. There's a lot of people around. Instead of doing that, it's just bang, show to you. By the way, scene set. All right, let's move on so that you can get to the point that you want to get to. So, for me, I really enjoy that style. I mean, it's very reminiscent of. For me, this is I think the fourth time I've seen it, and every single time I'm finding something I enjoy every single time. So, if I watch this at least another, I don't know, dozen times, I might end up in the Ben and Darren camp, where we'll just strap Stu down and make him watch it another.
Guys, I said I like it. What are you doing?
No,
Yeah, but you gotta like it
can't-
more.
That's right. You have to love it more. So yeah, for me, like this is in terms of movies that I think the reason why I like this one so much is mostly because it's a movie about people who love action movies. Right?
Yeah.
It's literally oh crap, what's his character's name? Gotta look up
what Nick Angel or Danny Butterman?
Danny Butterman's like his favorite thing about being a cop is like the possibility of like the car chases, the explosions, bad boys, being Lone Ranger, and he lives that, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming people will probably, we'll do spoiler zones for movies that were released in the last 5 years, but if you haven't seen this by now, literally go see this movie. Like them having to flip tables and, double guns and, come on,
Yeah.
like, how do you not like my blood was just like was pumping the entire movie. I was like, I know what's gonna happen, and it's still not gonna be it's still gonna blow my expectations out of the water because there's no I don't know, it's funny, it's action packed, and it kind of like it has excellent pacing, and those are all things that come with an Edgar Wright movie where it's kind of like I'm gonna give you all of this stuff, and I know that you're gonna like every single part, and I'm giving all the people everything that they want, right? Unfortunately, we can't have like a 6-hour movies because that's a little long. But I feel like it's just long enough. It's also just short enough to be able to get his point across, and for me, it's a 10 out of 10.
Nice. And I will say this, like for rewatches, I think it's a little more rewarding every time, just because you notice something new every time. Like even this one, I'm starting to notice more and more things. Like, what was it? I think there was kind of an homage to Tom Cruise in this movie where Nick Angel, when he was chasing after the shoplifter in the film, kind of tries to mimic the Tom Cruise run, where he just like has
he pumps his arms and the
Yeah, and like his palms are completely flat, you know, like his fingers are out and just booking it, you know. It's I don't know, it's a very iconic run, I would say, and I think that Nick Angel kind of captures that in that scene. But aside from that, there's like a whole bunch of different things that you kind of start to notice like on various rewatches, and it's kind of weird, but I would kind of liken it to like watching Endgame
Oh, you
where
get to see like the other subtle details because you know what's gonna happen, so you're just kind of looking for other things almost.
kind of it's like it's like it's a rewarding experience, you know, if you paid attention to like, you know, Captain America and fucking Iron Man and shit, you know, like everything that you have paid attention to for these past few years, you know, it's all coming together and it's this huge gigantic payoff. It's kind of like that, except, you know, condensed in a 2-hour movie where all these little details kind of bubble up and they produce something really spectacular at the end. Like pretty much everything that Danny Butterman asks Nick Angel, like, "Oh, have you ever been in a high-speed car chase? Have you ever shot a gun while in a high-speed car chase? Have you ever jumped in the air with two guns going, ah," you know, like everything he asks him actually happens in the movie, which is fucking great, you know. Like there's other shit too, like I think Nick Angel was asking the detectives like, "Oh, who has guns around here?" You know, he's like, Everyone's packing guns." He's like who? Farmers." And he's like, "Who else?"
Everybody.
Farmers' moms. And like at the beginning of the shootout, at the end, guess who he runs into? A fucking farmer with a gun. And then his mom comes out and tries to shoot him.
It's
You know?
This is called foreshadowing, people. This is how movies are supposed to be done. You foreshadow something and then you deliver.
I know.
For the love of God, like I don't know how many times there's been movies where they foreshadow something and then they completely forget that they mentioned that, and then they completely dropped it, and then we never hear about it.
Yeah.
Or they don't foreshadow anything, and it just hits you out of nowhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
What field did that come out of? Left, right, center, back? Where is that from? But yeah, I definitely feel that I got a lot more out of it. I think it was maybe about a year between the last time I saw this and this time, and I noticed some of the things that you were talking about. I was like, oh, I didn't even realize that he was doing. Oh, that's it. I want to say the word cute, but I think the word that we're looking for is cheeky.
Yeah.
To say it appropriately.
Yeah, it's very cheeky. Is
Wow.
the way like it. Sorry, I can't do it.
It sounded more Chinese
Wow.
again to me than
Yeah.
British.
No,
God damn
stop it. No, not a cheeky.
God damn it.
That's a Chinese. But yeah, like the fact that it literally builds itself as, if you love action movies, you're gonna find something that you enjoy in this. And I thought it was really funny that the entire movie is bookended by, for me, my favorite portion is actually two parts. Is when they ship Nicholas Angel off the first time, they're like, I want to talk to a supervisor, right? And then they slowly build.
Yeah.
Right. And he goes, I would like to talk to your supervisor. Okay, are you sure you want me to call him? Okay, fine, I'll call him. And then he calls him and he goes, yeah, we're going to have to. And then eventually you get to the root of the reason why they want to move him is because he's too good at his job. And then they come back later and say, yeah, our numbers are really down now. We actually need you to come back. And he goes, I'm not done with the job here. And so, and then I really like that they were bookended by that, right? Like, you almost kind of forget, like, how did he end up here? Because there's so much stuff that's going on in this town. And he's like fighting, you know, him and Danny are trying to like survive as much as possible, and he's having this conflict and all this stuff, and yet he doesn't kill a single person.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
In my mind, I kept thinking, I was like, for some reason, I feel like I think I have this one confused with Shaun of the Dead, and there's like the movies are like kind of like molding together. I know that there's a lot of years in between the two, but I was just like, how come nobody's dead in this?
If you squint hard enough while watching Hot Fuzz, you'll actually start watching Shaun of the Dead.
Yes.
And vice versa.
They actually reuse a scene or not reuse, but it's an homage to a scene in Shaun of the Dead where they try
like
to
a
take
reshot.
Well, it's like just a callback to it where they do like this that scene where he's flipping over the fence. He's like, "Come on, what you haven't? You're taking a shortcut before." They did that in Shaun of the Dead, except, you know, Simon Pegg fails miserably at it. You know, like trying to hop over the fences, and so in this one it was a callback to it where Simon Pegg can actually do backflips and front flips over the fences and shit.
Okay.
And I like how Danny did like.
Yeah,
Another
right.
goof is that he just like he fucks it up, but like he doesn't even try to jump the fence. He
he just runs right into it.
So good. So what about? I'll leave Ben's favorite moment to the end. So, you guys just heard mine. What about you, Stu? Favorite moment?
Let's see. I think my favorite moment was maybe when they went to go check out the guy on the farm who's like trimming hedges that weren't his, and he's standing there with a shotgun, and he's like, "I'm assuming you have a permit for that," and he's like, "I got a permit for this one," and he's like, "What do you mean this one?" And then it just shows all the guns and like a fucking sea mine that he has. And then,
yeah, that scene was great.
And then he almost, he thinks he detonates it, so they all like run away screaming. That was pretty great. And it also sets it up for the final battle.
That's
so
right.
They can have all those guns. Which, by the way, partly why I didn't give it a 9 is because I take issue with his choice in firearms during the final battle. So
okay, what would you have picked, Stu? What would have made it a 9 for you?
Definitely not 2 shotguns.
And then me and Ben will tell you you're wrong because this movie's a 10. But
okay,
right, Ben?
Well, I mean, I am right, and Stu's wrong. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, but Stu, let's say that the situation is same situation, but instead of Nicholas Angel, it's Stu Yang.
Stu Yang
walking into that, yeah. Stu Young walks into the evidence room and starts loading up. Go.
Well, it would have his first gun, which is kind of a battle rifle. I don't know. I don't know if it's called an FAL, but that one he had it, or he had it, and it wasn't FAL, but it was similar. But he had it for like he shot it like twice, and then he ditched it and went straight to the shotguns. So if he would have just stayed with that one, that would have been fine.
Okay.
Because then it showed a lot of people getting shot with shotguns who were like.
From
That
really
might
long
have been
distances.
fatal if they got hit there with a shotgun, but
maybe that was the point.
But then nobody actually
Non-lethal.
died. So, well, but I don't know if they were non-lethal, but that was never indicated. But unless he's just that good of a shot to be able to not kill anyone.
Yes, Nicholas Angel, top of his class.
I guess I'll buy that.
Okay. Yeah, because he knew what the non-lethal range was, and it was just to be able to knock him out.
He knew where to aim to not kill anyone.
Mm-hmm. Is it a 9 now?
No.
Oh, that's fine. All right. Ben, favorite moment?
This one's kind of a smaller moment, but it's towards the end of the movie where there's this kid right in the model village, and after Simon Pegg's gigantic fight with Timothy Dalton, he goes over to the kid and he's all like, "Oh, you're all right, kid?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm okay. What's your name?" Aaron A. Aronson. I think that was the best payoff in the movie for me, just because they set the stupid joke up like all the way towards the beginning, where it's like, "Oh, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna call for witnesses? You want to go through the fucking phone book? We can start at Aaron A. Aronson."
Okay.
And then they fucking meet a kid named Aaron A. Aronson, and he actually says like, "Wait, what's your name?" It's such a stupid thing, but I mean that is like an embodiment of what this movie was all about. It's just like all these setups happening and paying off like one after another. It's just constantly for like 2 hours. It's definitely a movie where even if you blink and miss it, there is something that you can notice within the next second that will probably pay off in the future. Mm-hmm. It is wonderful.
Yeah, it's highly quotable. It's one of those movies where even if you miss the first half, the second half still makes sense, and you can remember some things. And I guarantee you, somebody who like Ben, who loves this movie, would be able to share that same feeling with you, based on that. So, Stu, any other thoughts before we go ahead and wrap this one up?
What was your favorite moment?
I think it was them watching the movie, him finally, Nicholas Angel just finally breaking down and just kind of giving up, and then watching the Bad Boys movies with them, and just kind of like
Point
seeing
Break.
like how it kind of like it kind of like that it incorporates all of those moments together where he where they pretty much just like stitched all these moments together so that way they can let us know that they are really hammered at this point and they're still drinking, right? Edgar Wright just kind of like sets it up as like, yep, this is his like descent into like not caring anymore or being like on top of his job and stuff like that. So for me, that's one of my favorite moments because that eventually pays off with dividends like crazy, right? We have the double gun scene, the running. It's just that movie. You could probably chop everything if you wanted to condense this movie down. You could probably condense it to the moment when he gets told that he needs to stop running, like focusing on this case or all these mysterious killings, and then backtracking to the point where he kind of says, "Screw it, we're doing this thing." So, you probably cut it down to about what, half an hour maybe, if you took all the scenes and put them together. So that's definitely my favorite scene, is his descent into just this not caring anymore, I guess, and then just saying, you know what, I'm gonna do this my way instead of following things by the book. And then you can see how much Danny Butterman just like lights up and goes, "Oh, it's happening! Yes, all the action movies are. This is real. It's actually gonna happen." And they literally do everything he's ever asked, right? Shooting guns out of a moving car, firing a gun, 2 guns at the same. It's just, yeah, it's fantastic. So, yeah, that's my favorite moment for sure, because it just leads to setups after setup after setup after setup, and then it's payoff, and then payoff at the end. So yeah, that's my favorite moment. So yeah, that'll do it for us here. Let's talk about really quick about the movie for us this week. We are going to continue our That's What I Call Cincos, and it'll be another action movie. I believe it's my choice this week.
I guess.
Yeah. So actually, I originally was going to pick UHF because it has some action in it, but I kind of want to stick with another Edgar Wright movie. Can we do Shaun of the Dead?
Ooh. I'm okay with it, but
That's what if that's what you want to do.
yeah.
That is what I want to do.
Woo!
It almost seems like we're doing more action comedy.
What's wrong with that? In a
Nothing
very
wrong with that.
dangerous,
It
sad
has
time.
action in it. There's the word
Yeah.
action in it. Action.
Yeah.
Action.
Oh man,
Reload.
remember when we used to go to
Reload.
arcades?
What are arcades? What's the
know.
outside
What's a-
world?
Yeah, what's a
What's
bar?
this place I'm looking outside? It's outside my house.
What's Applebee's?
What is there's like green stuff and there's like things in the air like moving around. What are
Yeah,
these?
birds. As the history books have said, these were establishments called chain food, like chain restaurants, and birds.
Birds.
But yeah, so for next week, as part of our That's What I Call Cincos, I'm picking Shaun of the Dead because I enjoyed Hot Fuzz again so much that I wanted to see another Edgar Wright movie. So, no objections? Perfect. That'll do us for us here on episode number 47 of the Dos Nav Cincos podcast. As always, I've been your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
Yeah, I'm Ben.
Don't forget to tune in next week. We will be covering Shaun of the Dead as well as Street Shark Season 3, Episode 12. Don't worry, we are almost done. Definitely check us out on all of your social media platforms, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play Music. Definitely on YouTube, we're a little bit more engaged, so drop a comment, hit the thumbs button or like button or whatever. Hit subscribe.
Hit the thumb buttons.
Yeah, hit the thumb button. Light it up. And then also don't forget to check us out on Twitch. We stream 4 times a week. Stu, Ben, and I all have our individual streams Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, as well as our group stream on Thursday. Last week was pretty fun. We played Hunt Showdown, so that was pretty exciting. Definitely hang out with us there. Check us out. Don't forget to tip your Reiki masters, wash your hands, wear a mask. Please stay 6 feet away from Stranger Danger, and we'll check you guys next week. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.